So I'm going to start my new year with incubating some duck eggs. I tried about a month and a half ago to incubate the eggs. None of them were fertilized, none of them were viable, so I decided to get some new drakes for my duck flock. And they have been busy doing their job, and so I figured now was the time to go ahead and check my viability rate on my ducks before I try to figure out what else may be going on as far as unfertilized eggs. So I've got my eggs set up in here already. I've kind of checked it, looked it over, kind of spun this, just trying to check it out. I will do it again when I get my lid back on. So with eggs, if you've never incubated eggs before, you need to use preferably fresh, unwashed eggs. So this is a fairly clean one. I've got some on here that are dirty, but they should do fine. I'm not worried about it. So there's a number of reasons why I'm choosing to incubate duck eggs right now. So unlike my chickens, my ducks have laid throughout the entire winter. Typically when it starts getting dark earlier, your chickens will kind of stop laying. I prefer to allow my chickens to have a break during the wintertime. Some people choose to put a light in the coop to get them to continue to lay. I prefer them to have the break. My ducks, on the other hand, have done a great job in providing my family with eggs. And we also like the duck meat. I know some people do not like it. I usually just cook the breast, and that's what I use. Some people have had whole duck and they don't like it. I don't necessarily do that. So, what I've got here, I've got some Muscovies, that are full-blooded that should be hatching, and I've got a mix of some other ducks. And so I'm going to check here in about 10 days and see if these eggs have been fertilized, and hopefully I see some signs of that. So again, I've got them in my incubator. So with the egg turner, this one typically comes with one that chicken eggs will fit in. These guys will fit in. But these duck eggs are rather large, and so you need this to be able to turn freely. I've got an egg turner on my incubator that has an internal set timer to turn the eggs on its own, so I'm not having to do it manually. So I'm not really thrilled with this egg turner. I'm not sure if this one just doesn't go with this style of incubator, but I'm going to make it work. It doesn't really sound very good, but so I'm just going to have to keep a close eye on that. They're doing fairly. See, I've got this one right here that's not turning really good. Some of the smaller duck eggs have to go in the middle. So everybody's turning, except this one. This one's not. I'm going to get that too. And then I'm going to get that lid on. I think we're good. Alright, so I'm going to get the lid on. Let's do a real quick egg turner check, make sure everything looks good. So I have reset my incubator to factory settings, which is set for 21 days. But I need it on 28. Ducks take 28 days to hatch, and Muscovies take about 25 days. But I'm going to go ahead and do it for 28. So I've got my incubator set for 28 days. Now I'm going to fill the port A with water. And so this incubator has actually hatched several clutches of eggs. And so it doesn't hold the humidity as steady as I like. So we're going to see how it goes this time around. and see what happens with it. Duck eggs usually need a little bit higher humidity, so I'm not too worried, because that's how it runs usually, is a little bit higher on the humidity. So I'm just going to watch it and see what happens. So I've got this completely open because it holds humidity really well, and so I've got that open all the way instead of just halfway. So we've got this started. I'm hoping on day 10 I'm gonna see some growth in the eggs, and so you can check back here in about 10 days. Surprise, I couldn't wait 10 days to check my eggs. So we've got 21 days left, and it looks like I've got 10 out of 20 that are fertilized and growing, which I'm happy with. 50% in the middle of winter to me is not too bad. And I also got 3 new drakes, so it looks like that was my problem. So I'm gonna let these other 10 sit in here for a little bit longer, but here in a couple of days I'll probably get rid of the 10 that are not fertilized. So they look really good. I'm going to check them again here in a couple of days because we did lose power yesterday. I ended up having to put them in a storage container, wrap them in towels, and even added a hot water bottle. Just try to keep the temperature up. So I'm going to check them again. Hopefully everything looks okay and they will continue to grow.